What's going on, drivers? Drivers Universe. Terry Tips here to give you a tip on techniques that I use that I'm sure professionals use, experienced drivers use, vet drivers use. And maybe I'll spark your mind a little bit on some other techniques that I have. And for the newbies, this might help you out. Alright, my first technique I use is arriving early. Before I even get there, a minute or 2 minutes, I'm gonna hit boom, arrive. You go to the app sometime and say, did you arrive? Just click yeah. This saves you time and gets the passenger out there. Also give you an advantage for the 5-minute cancellation. Alright, and it helps out for like gate processing, meaning before you even get to the gate, they're already calling you. As soon as you turn in the corner, they're calling you like, oh, you here? And they're like, the gate code is such and such. This won't put you at the gate, calling them, and you got 5 cars blowing the horn. So it gives you a time advantage. It speeds up everything, which is what you want to do. This is a time thing. Time is money on this. All right, in the night shift, a technique I use, I know it's going to surge at 2 in the morning, right? So around 12 o'clock, I go to sleep, and I sleep to like 1:45, and I know 2 in the morning is going to surge. So boom, I wake up, shoot straight to the surge spot, and the best technique I can give you newbies, but I know vets know, experience know, is to wait for the surge. All right, and this go for concerts, this go for festivals, and the clubs when it let go. You know it's gonna surge. You wait for it. All right. Now I've been at a concert last week, and I was in an Uber line, and people coming out early. And I see people picking up passengers with no surge. I'm looking at them like, wow. I'm sitting there with my app off. Boom. Now it lets go. People still picking up. It finally starts surging at 1.5. I still didn't cut my app on. And people was picking up 1.3, 1.2, 1.5. And I'm like, wow. Why do that? I sat and wait right there until the surge shot up. I seen it shot to 2. Cut the app on. Boom, I got one for 2.3. Didn't take it. Cut it off. Wait 5 more minutes. Boom, cut it back on. 3.1. I'm waiting for at least a 2.8 to a 3.5. All right? Because I know it's going to surge. And that goes for clubs. Where you know it's going to surge, where you know it goes to 3, you wait for it. You get as close to 3 point anything, or 2.9, 2.8. Wait for it. Don't grab it. Just leave your app off, right? That's one of the best techniques. All right, and another one I use, sometimes I don't like to wait for passengers at, Walmart and wherever Home Depot, wherever you want to go, for whatever my reason is. And recently I had a passenger say, yeah, man, you can wait. I'm going into the iPhone store to reboot my phone real quick. I'll be right out. And this is at a mall. This is Lenox Mall, people, in Atlanta. You guys know. He wants to go into Lenox Mall to reboot his iPhone. And he wanted me to wait. But the excuse I give here, the little technique I give, is the same excuse to everybody. Oh, man, this was my last ride. I've been driving for 12 hours, man, straight. I'm done. This was my last ride. I was going home, going to sleep. And, I use that for everybody. And it always... they always be like, oh, all right, go home and get some sleep. They feel like they doing a good deed that day, and you just keep driving or whatever it is you do it. All right. A good technique I use, I go hard the first 2 weeks. All right. The first 2 weeks I go hard, meaning I get as much money as I can for my quota of the month. And this is why I tell you why. Let me tell you why. The reason I do that, because the last week of the month, or the last 2 weeks of the month, you have all the drivers out there trying to get their rent. All right. And it slows down for everybody. Now everybody's panicking, so people are taking Lyft line, Uber pools, 10 minutes away, 15 minutes away. Drivers are everywhere, and they're trying to reach their rent. They waited all month to get their rent at the end of the month. You get what I'm saying? So it slows down at the end of the month, the last week, definitely, because everybody's out there trying to get their rent. I've been there before. But the first 2 weeks of the month is always busy, because the people that went so hard that last week of the month to get their rent are tired. So now they on chill for those first week or two. And it's just a cycle. It's just a process. They're going to keep going through that cycle. So always go hard the first 2 weeks, because it's always busy. That last week is going to get tough because everybody's out there trying to get rent. I've been there before. So I write down another technique. I write down gate codes. So when passengers give me gate codes, I write them down. So I got a book full of gate codes. I put addresses or the apartment name by them. So I know how to get in. And sometimes I get passengers calling me like, hey, the gate code such and such. I'm like, hey, I'm right in front of your apartment, ma'am. Just come on down. And they be like, okay. And that helps out on your star rating. And another technique I use for 5 stars is when the passengers get out, I always say, all right, that was a cool ride, 5 stars. That's throwing it right in their head, 5 stars. And then I'll be like, 5 for 5, all right? 5. I'll give you 5 stars, you give me 5 stars. And that got me up to 4.95 right now on my rating. So I always say 5 for 5. And they already know what I'm talking about. Or if you just be like, hey, cool ride, I give you 5 stars. That right there already throwing it in their head. Look to rate you 5 stars. He's going to give me 5 stars. All right. So mention the 5 stars. If you want your ratings up, mention the 5 stars. All right. My last technique I'm going to give you guys is always get something. If you're doing a round trip, they running into the gas station and you're waiting, always get something. And a lot of people offer, hey, you want anything? Even if you don't want nothing, get something, all right? Whether it's for your kids, for a wifey, for your grandma, just get it, And always just say water, or you might want it later. Always get something, guys, no matter what. And the opportunity on that, people are, they'll be like, hey, I'm going to the liquor store, I just want to go in and out. Do you mind waiting? And just be like, yeah, just grab me a little shot. I'll wait for you. And they'll be like, oh, all right, cool. And they don't have no problem. I'm not going to lie. I had a whole bag full of little shots, man. A whole bag full. And it works, man. I had a refrigerator full of Gatorades. Just grab it. They go in the store, grab it, all right? They offer, grab it, okay? And if you have any more techniques you like to share, just put in the comments. Everybody's reading, even I'm reading. And you guys be safe on the driving. All right, later.